Hey everyone, it's Candice Cruz from PageantLIVE West Coast on location for Ask the Crown. I'm here with Brittany Bell, Miss Universe Guam. Very excited to have you here today.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I'm glad that I'm here at the right time, at the right place.
Oh, it's perfect timing. So what are you doing in LA?
Oh my goodness. So I have an appearance. Guam Visitors Bureau has me going out to Long Beach to go visit with some of the Chamorros and also spread the awareness about Guam and get more people to hopefully come and visit Guam. So I'm going to be doing that while I'm here, and then I'm also going down to San Diego where we have a huge Chamorro community, and I'll be visiting with them as well because I'm bopping down from Miami to Phoenix to LA and then home to Guam. But I'm also going to go to Canada.
So you are a very busy woman.
Yeah.
So walk me through the last few months, because I know you just got crowned in October. So I'm sure it's been a whirlwind with Miss Universe and everything that you're doing now. So kind of walk me through from the moment you got crowned until now.
Oh my goodness. Okay, the moment I got crowned, it was unbelievable. I was still kind of in shock. I was amazed. I was just grateful, but I was on such a high that I couldn't remember that I was who I was. I'm actually representing the entire country. It's amazing to me. So once reality set in after the first couple days, I began the process of, okay, it's go time. I'm about to compete against other countries, these huge countries. I watch this on TV. I see these girls come every year and they are so ready. So I knew I needed to start my training. I needed to make sure that I was dedicated to my healthy eating, which I'm already vegetarian, so it was healthy eating as it was. But you know, you really got to pin down and really pay attention because you want to look as best as you can. And also getting out in the community was huge because the sponsors are who I had to thank for being able to crown me.
Yeah. So your national costume, how did that happen? Like, that sounds absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you. I decided that I wanted to tell the story of my ancestors. I really wanted to focus on the jungle being the focus because actually the word Guam is rooted to the natural word Guahan. And Guahan means we have, because we were known to have an abundance. So when the Europeans and different people would travel through and pass our island as they were on their journey, they would stop at Guam to get all of their needs, like all of the food and different like just necessities for their continuing travels. And we provided that to them. So the jungle being such a place of abundance with our coconut trees and all these different things that we had, I decided to focus on the jungle. So I had these big jungle leaves fanned behind me, and I had I just wanted this idea of Queen of the Jungle. And I had this mermaid style leaf gown on the bottom, and then I actually was wearing, I think it's estimated to be about $20,000 worth of shells called spondylus that are rooted to our ancient ancestors, and they were found at the very deep, deep bottoms of our ocean. I was honored to wear them. I carried them with me, and they weighed themselves like, I don't know, 15 pounds themselves.
That's incredible. So it was a full-on community that got you from the moment you got crowned to go to Miss Universe. The whole island came together to support you.
Yes, it was tears as I left because I felt like I wanted to bring them with me. I really felt like such an honor as I left.
That has to be a fantastic feeling to step on an international stage representing your country. Like, what was going through your head? I can't imagine having a whole country. Just so exciting. So what is going through your head? Are you excited? Are you nervous? Like, what are you feeling?
I was more excited than anything. I was so honored, and I just felt like this is the time. This is the time that was meant for right now, and it was just paved out in the destiny that I was just focused, but also I wanted to share with the other contestants what Guam represents, and that's acceptance to everyone, and that's all about making friends and making people feel that spirit of just community. And so that's what I was thinking the whole time, is just be loving to everyone, and not to get so focused on the pageant that you end up like losing sight of the beauty of the experience. But on stage I was just like, I'm here, I am here. I really felt like this is what it looks like. This is what it's like behind the scenes, and this is what it's like to wake up next to a girl that's from a whole like other side of the world. She's from the other side of the hemisphere, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe I'm here every day. I just astonishment.
So tell us kind of a little bit about you saying you went to bring a sense of peace and encouragement to all the other girls. Tell us about your experience off stage, you know, behind the scenes when the camera's off. How is it with all the other girls? Because I know you have so many different cultures, different languages, different personalities all in one place. What was that like?
It's interesting. It feels like you're just at this huge, I don't know how to say it, like a big function, like you're at this huge convention with just different worlds, and it feels like you have this chance to just get to know someone from somewhere else. for me, I was just curious. Like, I was just like, okay, what's the food like where you're from? Okay, how do I say hello Guam in your language? How do I say I love you in your language? I just wanted to know so much about what's different and what's the same. And some girls, there was a language barrier, so they were a little bit more quiet.
How the language would be.
Some girls were quieter than others because they didn't have the ability to speak as fluently as other girls. So it was harder, but I speak Spanish, so when there was that barrier with the Spanish speakers, I just spoke with them, and you could feel it in their spirit.
I do have to ask a little controversial question here.
Yeah.
It's a question that a lot of people were kind of, thinking about. There were two big controversies during Miss Universe. There's obviously the issue with Miss Israel and all of that with the two pictures of them together and the two countries that are in strife. So how was that for the girls themselves and the pressure that they're under while they're there? And then I'll touch a little bit more on the other controversy that was there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, Miss Israel was my roommate, and she was just a joy. She was so sweet. I personally don't know what it's like to live in countries that are at odds with each other that deeply and that close. It's a big deal for them, and it's something that's gone on way back before they were ever existing. And so I think it's just kind of ingrained in the culture to probably have that. And I only can have compassion and try to think what it would feel like to be Miss Lebanon or Miss Israel in those situations. But being Israel's roommate, I just was like, I shared my love with her, and I was just like, you're here to represent everyone, and you're doing a wonderful job, and I just wanted to encourage her. And she was amazing. She just like, I just want to be here. And I can't speak for her, but what I did see from her was that she just wanted to have a good time with all the girls. And I saw the same thing from Lebanon, but until that happened, I was totally unaware.
Exactly.
So I think all the girls, all of us, were really unaware of the issue until it was brought up, and then we were like, hey, let's just all be friends.
There you go. I think that's the best way to approach it. But my other question was with the whole Jamaica thing. What was it like for you all on stage when they're getting ready to announce the winner and they're booing the winners that are up there, the last two standing, and they're booing because Jamaica was not called as the winner? What was that like?
Oh, it was shocking. My jaw was open in the back. I was standing all the way in the back.
I'm gonna zoom in and find you just standing with that mouth open.
I was like this, and I saw other girls kind of shifting because we're stuck and we're posing in our gowns, and we're like, and the next one, and you're just like, oh, what's happening right now? And you're just shocked. And that some girls were, feeling their own opinions about things. I didn't get to speak with other girls about how exactly they felt, but I know that there was a lot of disagreement with Jamaica placing where she placed. She's an amazing girl. I really saw her going far also. And so I was just like, I was happy to see those girls up there. I mean, everyone wants to be the one up there.
Well, of course, yes.
But I saw many girls that could have been in that top 5 spot. I was just astonished some girls didn't get picked. And what happens is you just got to take it and say, okay, like, this is what it is. And if I can't control it, I have to accept it or choose how I'm going to better myself from this experience in the future if I don't agree with it. And another thing I was shocked about was that I didn't know if all of them were from Jamaica. I think they were really just pulling for her because they appreciated who she was. And I think the fact that she was standing for authenticity with her short hair, I think that really sat well with people. And she was just fierce. So.
I was talking to Pam, our director, and she made a really good statement that I kind of wanted to get your insight on. Why is it that we as an audience here in the USA are so critical of the contestants that compete at Miss USA, but not as critical on the girls that compete in Miss Universe? Where is that divide?
I think the divide is based in the cultural leniency. I think that when you hear people talking with an accent, you kind of are just rooting for them to get the words right, rather than feeling like, well, you should know because we're all from the same place and it doesn't matter, we all know what you're looking to represent. But these girls come from different cultures, which means that they may have different outlooks on things that may not be as unified as in the States. Or in the States, it's like, okay, she shouldn't be saying that because we all know the truth of this situation. But coming from different walks of life, you don't know what the girl's going to say, and she may not say it right because she doesn't have the right language. I think being at Miss Universe, you better be prepared for anything because you're trying to represent everyone. I think it should be pretty intense, and there shouldn't be very much leniency. But I'm the kind of girl that loves those hardcore questions. I'm like, throw them at me.
Yeah. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then I'll throw some more at you. No. So Brittany, I know that you are a very intelligent woman. You're a college-educated woman. You are, the full package. You have the beauty, the brains, everything. So tell me a little bit more about, all of these so many intelligent, beautiful women. How are you all breaking the mold and breaking the stereotype?
Thank you. I really feel like all of these girls that come from all over the world, we're gathering and we're already amazed at each other for being, one of many in each country to represent and be there all together. And there was 88 of us this past year. And we are just looking at each other and admiring all of our different accolades. And I've met girls and sat with girls, and one's a fashion designer and she's creating her own clothes. Everything she wears every day is created perfectly by her. One girl is a, pianist, and she's beautifully able to make these amazing compositions. And she's just a brainiac. She's ready to work in the United Nations. You're meeting girls who are international models that just travel all over the world. And you just know that these girls aren't where they are unless they have the perseverance, the character, the intelligence, and the heart to be there. So I think a lot of people who may think otherwise about pageant girls, you would be surprised by how many women in the world that are strong representatives actually come from a pageant background, whether they've won or placed very close. So I think that's a really big thing for people to realize, that we're actually molding ourselves into something that's actually going to contribute to the world, whether we win or not.
Right. I definitely agree with that statement. I think there are a lot of people out there that it's not a negative so much as they just don't understand. I think that a lot of people really don't understand how much really goes into preparation. It's not just being in the gym constantly. It's constantly learning more and more about yourself and about your community and being an intelligent, contribution to society, I think.
Yeah,
is what a lot of people don't
I
realize.
agree. Yeah, and definitely, because the whole saying that the cream rises to the top, it's very true, because those same things that you see them doing in, the workouts and the, these different things with the walk and all this. Yes, that's a part of it,
Right.
but the character that pushes behind it is what will translate into other aspects of their life. And I can speak for myself also. I know that this is not something that I'm just going to have for pageant world.
Right.
I'm going to do this in the business world. I'll do this in every avenue that I step into. And so I think these are the really strong qualities that these girls bring to the table no matter where they're at in life. And I think it's to be recognized. And for those who take it subjectively when they do compete, they'll figure it out. They'll learn.
Exactly. There you go.
There's trial and error. Some girls will learn, it's not always just about, focusing, and it's not about being mean to the other girls because they're your competitors. We're actually a sisterhood. So
Right. I know, because we were talking about that earlier before we even started doing the interview, about how most of our friends are from pageantry, that we have developed strong, lifelong friendships with these women that have the same core values and the same core,
yes.
goals and aspirations.
Yes, absolutely. Some of my best friends are from pageants, and it's not because they're in a pageant, they have a crown, a sash, and they're pretty girls.
Right.
It's because we have similar beliefs, just like you said. And it's just our heart knows that struggle. We know that hustle and that perseverance, and we know what we've all been through. And I think we can identify with anybody who's been through things, whether it's in the pageant world or not, and we'll naturally be friends with them too. But it's really cool that I can say, I can go to Miss Bahamas and have a conversation with her, and she can speak to my heart and I can speak to hers. And Miss Russia, although she speaks Russian and also English, we just love each other. It's really cool to see that, and we've all been through it together. So
Well, you better get your passport ready, girl, because I know I would be traveling all over the place. I have a friend here. I'm going to go here this day and go here the next day. So where are you going next on your travels again?
I'm going to Canada.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to call Miss Canada.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chanel, she better be ready for me. But I will be coming. I'm going to Toronto,
Okay.
and I'm going to visit Niagara Falls, and hopefully bear with that weather because I'm an island girl and I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't think I can wear a flower in my hair while I'm out there. I have to put a ski cap on because I heard it's -9. So
I did want to ask you now, I mean, you have gotten to the top of your game. You have been at Miss Universe. Where do you go from here now? I mean, I feel like you've reached that goal. So now, what's the next goal? What's the next step in your life?
oh, I'm so happy. I'm just sitting in the reality of it. Okay, now that this is done, what's next? All of the other dreams that I have on my list, and one of those dreams is to go from not only taking everything that I've learned from Miss Universe and now being I feel like so well seasoned by being around so many different women, and I feel like my compassion has really increased. Like I feel like I now have a sense of understanding towards other cultures that I'm ready to relate to more cultures, but just not in the pageant world, but now hopefully with the skills that I have in the TV world and being able to do more reporting and hosting and relate to all demographics. That's a dream of mine. I want to have a show. I want to really push in the acting world and really show some talents, because to act, you have to be able to, I mean, you're not
you
just
have to kind of adapt into every type of
you have to
scenario of life.
Yeah, you have to accept what's within you that's within others and be able to really tell that story. And so I want to be able to tell stories from all walks of life, no matter what people's journeys.
But that's exciting. Whatever next step comes along, I'm sure you're going to be fantastic at it.
Thank you.
So for our viewers, what's one piece of advice for any girl out there that's wanting to compete in a pageant, to get to Miss Universe, to get to Miss World, whatever it may be? What is your piece of advice for all of those?
Oh my goodness. I would say my biggest piece of advice to any of you women that are looking to compete, young, old, it doesn't matter what avenue, I would definitely say the biggest thing is to know your core values about who you are and what you represent. If you don't know what your passion and your purpose is in life, then you can't market it as best as you can on stage when you're trying to show the judges who you are. And if you can't show them who you are, then they can't choose who you are. So you have to be able to represent that well. Figure out what you love, figure out who you are, and I know that know who you are is really kind of like cliche in pageants, get to know yourself, but really know what you stand for and what you're there to represent. And it's not just about representing a charity, it's about representing the core values of who you are as a young girl that'll grow into an older woman, and it'll be you forever. And when you do that, they will see it in you and they'll know that it can grow within the title if you win.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Brittany, for being with us today.
Thank you.
And we wish you the best of luck with all of your endeavors.
Thank you.
You are
so
absolutely gorgeous.
Aw,
and
thank you.
I'm so glad that we got to sit down with you today and talk
Thank
to you
you
a
for
little bit
having
more.
me.
So.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
Hey guys, it's Candice Cruz from PageantLIVE West Coast, here on location for Ask the Crown. I'm here with Brittany Belt, Miss Universe Guam, and I want to send a special thank you to Lisa Opie from Vizicaya Swimwear. She reached out to Brittany for us and got this all set up, so thank you so much, Lisa, for doing this for us.
Thank you, Lisa.